Hi Masterminds, welcome to today's Monday market update. Careering towards new all-time highs. Is there reason for caution? Potentially. I'm going to look at the upside and the downside thesis here, maybe a bit of crystal balling, and just generally my feel. Okay, let's crack straight in. Look, let's, I guess, go into the charts here, and then I can skip through some of these backed by data. So I just want to have a look at going up to the highest level and then narrowing in really quickly. Look, this, you cannot see a more bullish setup than this on the monthly. I love this. I love the bullish engulfing candle close beneath this previous pocket. This does look like to me we want to go up to 121,000 minimum. So maybe 145, 150. Now I've got some levels here. 1.618 Fibonacci extension, that's at about 119. The 2 on the Fibonacci extension's at 143. And that's from going from the low to the high to the pullback, and then it will give you an overhead sort of target here. That's my general ballpark. Nothing wrong with this structure. What I would note here is while this looks fantastic, when we're trying to figure out where maybe local highs and potential tops are developing, is we're looking at the momentum. And right now, momentum looks pretty good, to be honest, on the monthly. If I just get rid of that. Let's scroll that up just a little bit. I might add a stochastic as well as MACD. Just compare them all together. So where we're at, again, I think we are at the beginning stages of something much larger. It's just whether are we approaching another pretty sizable pullback before maybe we go higher. That's my thinking here. What we want to monitor here is that the monthly RSI. So this is a 14 RSI. So really what we can look at here is 14 candles of price history for maybe a bearish divergence or a bullish divergence. What I'm seeing here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So essentially in this whole cluster here, that's what we can gauge. So we have these peaks beginning to roll higher while the RSI and I can't really tell if there is a higher peak here or there. They look pretty much the same to me. So that top level's fine. What we now can maybe look at going forward is on a monthly sense. If we're thinking, all right, well, this looks pretty good, even if it does have a pullback to 100K or maybe a little bit lower, it does look like the trajectory is sending us something like that. Up to 120 or higher. That's when we can start to look at this little peak here and what happens with this right shoulder here of this momentum. If momentum continues to wane down, so it just continues to get blunted there and fall a little bit lower, and the peaks continue to get higher on the monthly, that's when we have to be a little bit concerned. Maybe we're seeing a local to mid-term top, and we can roll, maybe lower into a much larger correction like we saw through here. Or it could be the actual cycle top, and that's when we've got to be careful. So I wanted to put that on your radar. So again, trying to split what I'm seeing here, upside and downside. Right now, the upside looks beautiful. It looks fantastic. But in terms of forecasting on the monthly, we can begin to start to see, potential for things to develop here as maybe a topping formation. But really, I think that's pretty good so far. Stoic RSI can't go much better than that. Sort of the crossover at the bottom after a long pause. It looks pretty darn good. Monthly stochastic. Let's have a look here. Seems reasonably elevated here. Bit of a lagging indicator as well. Not really getting too much signal from it. There's no real crossover. A new green giving us, I guess, a positive trajectory. Okay, weekly. So we just had the highest ever weekly close for Bitcoin, which is amazing. It's amazing to say that outright. Bitcoin looks really, really strong and heading higher, which I think it will, no matter what, eventually. So what are we seeing here? Right, so we've got the highest close there. I think there could be, pardon the use of the words, some fuckery afoot coming. Whether it's either we run up to 120 and then we have a big flush, or now. And that's my thing here. So while I was just posting what I'm seeing in the charts at a very high level this morning, I just want to be I don't want to be a sheep and just go, okay, we're right near the highs. We should just power right through. Look, that really rarely happens unless it is the big move. So if this is the move, yes, we want to see this run through and confirm, send us to new all-time high over the next few days, if not this week, right? But where we are, right at and under the all-time highs, where we have to be really alert, because you can just form a top and it just rolls over, and not a cycle top, but it can just, I mean, it could be, I'm not going to rule anything out, but rolling over back down for a larger flush. So we have